Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Making those faces in our Zoom screen there, you recognize him, no doubt. And those of you listening will hear his voice and go, hey, that's Kenn Kington. Yep, there he is. Kenn, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you today?
We're doing very, very well. And as Dan mentioned,
oh, look at that. He's got his Georgia.
And that doesn't mean goober. What does that mean?
G-Man.
G-Man.
Where are you supposed to be today? Is there a G involved?
Yes, there is. Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be in Athens right now at a graduation for my oldest son. Just cannot put into words how proud I am of him, but he's doing incredible. But yeah, supposed to be in Athens, but instead I'm on Faith Talk Live with Dan and Rick.
We should have zoomed Graham right before he did whatever he's doing today, and that G stands for Georgia and Graham, correct?
Georgia and Graham and Uber Eats. That's what he's doing today. Celebrating.
Kenn Kington on the show with us today, and it's good to see him and hear him, and he's quite tan there. Dan should be, since he's been on the beach. But he's still.
Yeah, I've been sitting under my umbrella though, so I'm wearing lots of sunscreen. So, Kenn, how are you so tan?
Yeah,
I don't know. We've been outside a ton, social distancing and all, but we have definitely been outside, walking around, yard work. Had a nasty fight with some poison ivy, and I forgot how much I did not enjoy that. And I'm just now, last night was the second night I slept through the night without having to do something and put something on my body to stop from itching and wanting to shoot myself. But
nasty.
So we've been outside a ton and loving life.
Well, we're glad that you guys are healthy. I think before we went on, you mentioned something about you got a gig. You're actually going to get on a plane. You haven't been on a plane for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And yeah. Tell us about it.
Well, the great part is I haven't. Since the middle of March, everything's shut down and you can't have more than 10 people. And I'm actually going to do a drive-in service at Lost Mountain on Saturday evening, and then I'm going to fly down and meet the family. They're like, hey, we need to change the scenery. So they're already down at the beach. They're at Gulf Shores, and I'm going to fly down to Pensacola. So I'm trying to ease back into travel. My travel muscles are really atrophied. So I booked the flight. Now I'm going to hold this up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
The flight is a 1-minute flight.
1 minute.
Takes off at 1:40 and lands at 1:41.
Wow.
So, I'm excited about that. I don't want to do too long of a flight, so I figured I can handle 1 minute. And that's like
the Concorde. Did
it's a supersonic,
they take the Concorde out of the mothballs and just say, "Hey, just
fast 1 minute flight"? No, it's right over the line into Central Time Zone, so it's an hour and 1 minute. But it's 1 minute on the boarding pass. There are a couple. I guess a couple years ago they had a little bit of a jet stream or something. So I saved the boarding pass. I was flying the same flight. And it landed 2 minutes before it left. That was my favorite. Wow. I went back in time, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back to the future. Where's Doc Brown? Kenn Kington on the show, watching him on Zoom there, listening to him on the radio. All right, so now I've been kind of keeping up about air travel. Not many people flying. Oh. Do you think it'll be just you on the plane, you and two others? What do you think?
No, they've definitely cut back a ton of flights, but they've also spread people out. So there's no middle seating right now from what they're telling me. So, there was only a couple seats left on this flight. So I think it's going to be kind of full, no middle seats, and everybody has to wear a mask, which that's a whole other issue. So my mother-in-law made me a mask.
Oh, no.
I don't know if she's trying to suffocate me, but I'm going to go ahead and wear it. But no, it's really cool, and I don't know. I'll have to come back on and report what it's like because I want to start getting back into it and get ready for whenever the travel happens. And we're getting a lot of calls to rebook canceled events, and it looks like the fall is going to be very busy.
Yeah, we'd love to hear the post flight. I guess so. Awesome.
So this mask that your mother-in-law made for you, is it made out of a garbage bag, or what? You see, she's trying to kill you.
No, it's just plastic. You hold it over your head, put a rubber band around it, and yeah.
Be sure to secure yours before you put on other people's, though. Okay.
No, it's just a material surgical mask, and gosh, I thought I had it with me, but apparently not. It's very patriotic. My favorite. I don't know if you saw the interview or not, but there's some lady on network TV who had a mask on, but it had a hole
Yes.
in her mouth and nose. And they're like, what's up? She goes, well, I have to wear a mask, but I can't really breathe real well, so I just cut this hole here.
Well, I'm thinking that your mother-in-law knows that you guys have you've been paying your life insurance premium, so I'm sure that's all up to date. It seems timely, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with the plane and the mask don't get me, something else will, but I live free, so I'm pretty happy.
Well, we've been seeing lots of videos lately from you, Ken, on whether it's Instagram or Facebook or both. What are these videos about you've been doing lately?
Oh gosh, it's just every day in life. And I think my favorite one to do was on May 5th. It started out kind of serious, and I'm just like, you know what? A lot of people are looking at this as maybe a sign of the end of times, but I'm telling you today, in the book of Revelation, chapter 32, verse 1, known as the countdown verse, it actually says, thus shall be a day where Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday fall on the same day. And if that's not crazy enough, it was like, but this shall be thwarted with a beer from Mexico and a virus named after it. So,
what translation is that? Is that the Kington translation?
That's the New Living, very loosely translated. And there is no Revelation 32. I just hope somebody tried to look it up. That would just be great.
Well, I heard you say that, and I thought, Revelation ends at, I forget what it is.
20-something.
20-something. I know it's not 32 for sure. Okay.
Kenn Kington on with us on Zoom and on the radio. Are people still asking you questions about the pandemic and how things are going, or what are they asking you, the folks around you?
I love the conversations that I'm having. I've actually started to go back to restaurants and sit down and eat food in establishments. That's, yes. I'm a rebel. I'm crazy. Yes, I live on the edge. But the quarantine part, I've loved to talk to people and just say, hey, and one of my favorite questions, I'd love to know what you guys are, is what are you binge watching? What are you watching? And Heather's got us, I just watched a documentary on Waco on Netflix. That was incredibly well done. And there's a lot of details I didn't know. And then I'm watching The Last Dance right now, the Bulls Michael Jordan thing. And we as a family have been we'll eat together, which is crazy. We never have eaten together this much, this often. But we'll fix whatever we're going to fix, and then we'll sit down, and we've been binge watching old seasons of Amazing Race. We never really were Amazing Race fans, but we binge watch it now during dinner, and it's a lot of fun. What are you guys binge watching? What's something good?
I started off with Tiger King, but I got disinterested after the third, and I just don't have to finish off. But I may do that next year or in a couple of years or whatever. What about you?
We've been binge watching. Well, Kathy's been binge watching Survivor. You talked about Amazing Race. She's gone back and she's watched almost all of the 40 seasons of Survivor that are available. We've also watched, I don't know if you guys heard of, well, I know Rick has, The Chosen. It's a series that's been put together by VidAngel. Very good if you haven't watched it yet.
Is it really?
It's really, really done well. Yeah, check it out.
Very cool. I have watched several movies on VidAngel, and we've really enjoyed those. Those are really cool. And actually, we talked off the air before we came on. Focus on the Family is re-releasing a comedy special I did for them, but they're going to release it on the radio and on their YouTube channel. So that's May 18th, I think. 18th. Yeah. So that's going to happen. Awesome. And then the new Dry Bar comedy special I've got is dropping in September, around September. So there's some stuff coming out. And
oh, that's so cool. I get that on my phone. It just kind of pops up magically. I'm not sure how that happens, but I enjoy it much.
One other thing that we've started watching last night, actually, on Disney Plus, if you get Disney Plus. I think it's called Prop. I forget. It's Prop something, and it's a series where this guy goes around and finds all these props from old Disney movies like Mary Poppins and Tron, the original Tron movie, and Pirates of the Caribbean, things like that, and just really interesting stories about where these props have ended up and how they were used, and it's really interesting too. So it's been lots of fun. So
Prop something on Disney Plus. I love it.
I wish I could remember the name of it, but if Kaylee was here, she would correct me, but she's not.
Kenn Kington on Zoom and on the radio. Kenn, we got to go to a break, but after you get back, we'd love to talk to you again and just kind of catch up with you and see, how your flight went. And we'll talk about some shows. It looks like, maybe summer, fall, some of the reschedules maybe will come back your way, and we'll talk a little bit about that and how you guys are surviving. So let's take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.